Okay. Well, we'll start in order. We'll start with number 1.2, number 9. Number 9 is the one where we have that structure. It says the Indian state flag was adopted in 1917. The measure of the segments between the stars and the flame are shown in the diagram in inches. List all the congruent segments in the figure. Okay. When I say draw the figures here, I don't care about I care about the geometry part of the picture. Does that make sense? So you see what I'm drawing here and how I'm drawing this. You need to be able to look at that picture and interpret what they've given you. And I didn't draw it perfectly. It doesn't look exactly like it. But as long as I label it correctly, will it get the points across? It will, won't it? This is what, 10.8, 8.4, 7.2, 7.2, 8.4, 10.8. Okay, they want us to name what? The congruent segments, correct? I'll try to leave enough room where you can freeze this so I can get through them faster. So I'm just going to go through and do them. So why don't you guys watch me and then do it later. So pencils down. I'll try to zoom out and try to do them all. See if I can try to get them all on one page. Plus I'm recording this so you can look at it online. First of all, which one is congruent to this side? This segment. GF, the one that's the same size. Any other 10.8 ones? No. Is there any 8.4s? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 marks here and mark that it's congruent to the other one that's what? 8.4. Is there any more 7.2s? So aren't those 2 congruent because they're both 7.2? Now, what I did is marked which ones are congruent on there. See how I used 2 marks, so you know the things that have 2 marks are what? Congruent. Things that have 1 mark are congruent, things that have 3. So now it's just a matter of writing the congruency statements. Well, this one's congruent to that, so I need to say segment AG is what? Congruent to segment what? GF? What's this one? Segment what? Huh? BG is congruent to segment what? And lastly, segment what? CG is congruent to segment what? Now you're done. Okay? Stop writing. Let's go on to the next one. You guys, any questions on that? Do you see how I got that? Do you see how I interpreted what mattered from the picture? And that's what I wrote down. You don't need to write that paragraph down. Number 20, same type of thing. The stacked bar graph shows the number of canned food items donated by girls and boys in the homeroom class over 3 years. Use the concept of betweenness of points to find the number of cans donated by boys for each year. Explain your method. Okay, so they want us to use the concept of betweenness. So I'm going to kind of make these as segments. My first segment will be what? Okay, 2010. It's about like that. 2011. What this is meant to represent is the total number of cans given. Okay? In 2009, what is the total number of cans given? 45. So I know that's 45. In 2010, what's the total number of cans given? Huh? 55? In 2011, what's the total number of cans given? Easy peasy, right? Well, they want us to use the concept of betweenness to figure out the boys. The boys are in what color? Blue. So I need to figure out what the girls are, and then I'll know what's left for the boys, correct? So how many cans were given by girls in 2009? So what's left here? So that's one answer. Here, 2010. 20 for the girls. How many's left for the boys? And 2011. Leaving how many for the boys? If we were to explain this, what do we do? How would you explain what I did there? You made the what? Bars into segments. You used an endpoint to represent where the boys stopped and where the girls stopped, right? Put that in your own words, and that's how you did it. Make sense? Okay, 1.3. That one, that one. What may be throwing you off is that they've tried to still, in essence, even though they gave a time capsule and they're talking about the points in the diagram, position of 3 time capsules, in essence, what do we have here in this one? Even though they put all this to it, what they're doing is they're applying the concept of the coordinate plane. So we're going to find the distance between points on a what? Coordinate plane. What is our formula for that? Subtract my what? X's, square it, then subtract my y's, square it, add them together, and then what? Take the square root. So for number 3, what are my x's? 4, 2, subtract them, and then square it. Plus, what are my y's? 9 and negative 3, subtract them, square it. 4 minus 2 is what? 2 squared. 9 minus a negative makes this a what? Making that 12. 12 squared is what? 144. So this is the square root of what? 148. Round it to the nearest hundredth. Put that into your calculator. What do you get? 12 point what? Do it. Let's do another decimal place. I know the back probably does just one, but 12.2 what? Anybody? Put that into your calculator, please. Is number 4 going to change much? What'd you guys get when you put square root of 148 in your calculator? What's the number after 6? Okay, so it'd be 12.17. Okay? So for this one, is this for number 4, same concept, right? Subtract my x's. 4 minus what? What's my other x? 9. What's my first y? 9 minus what's the other y? So 4 minus 9, that's a negative 5. Negative 5 squared is what? Positive 25. Plus 9 minus 0 is 9. 9 squared is what? Add these up and you get square root of what? $106. Wake up, people. What's the square root of 106? So if some of you are having problems doing this on your calculator, some of you will need to press the square root button first, and some of you will need to press it second. It all depends. If on your calculator you can write, if you put 5 plus 4 and you see 5 plus 4 on the calculator, you do the square root first. If you see 5, then you press plus, it disappears, and then you press 4 and and then you press equal. You see one number at a time, you need to press the square root second. Yes. 3 what?
It says 10.295, so.
Okay, so it'll be 10.3. Very good. (1.3) number 20. It says to find the distance between them, does it not? Will number 20 be just like these? Does everyone agree? So write those two down. 20 will be just like it. You guys need me to do 20 now? Are we good?